righty. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Desert Oasis Room. We are with the winners of this year's Bash. OC Bash, is that correct, Francesca?
Either way.
Okay.
Bash OC Bash.
OC Bash? We're going to go around the room and we're going to say hi to each person here. We're going to start with Siren, Lady of the Bash. Aloha.
Hello, how do you do?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Good, I love it. Welcome to the Desert Oasis Room. Sweet Darlin Marie, welcome to the Desert Oasis Room. Princess of the Bash.
Woohoo.
And Lyric Reverie, Queen of the Bash.
Aloha, everyone.
Aloha. And last but not least, last year's winner, Francesca Po. Aloha.
Hello.
Thank you.
Aloha, mabuhay.
Thank you for returning to the Desert Oasis Room. If you guys haven't heard the podcast we recorded with her before, check the description. I'll put a link for that in there. How's everyone doing?
It's lovely today.
Delicious.
Delicious. I love delicious. Now, you guys aren't, or I should say you ladies are not all together all the time, are you? You're all from somewhere else.
Yes.
Correct.
Absolutely.
All over the place.
Okay. Who traveled the farthest?
I would say I think I did. I took a hour flight, which would have been about a 6 to 7 hour drive.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, Adisha has a crazy schedule with
Yeah.
her flight attendant schedule.
Oh, yeah. But I'm in Moore Park, so it's like an hour and a half drive.
Oh, Moore Park. Okay. Yeah, that's over by
Simi Valley.
Simi Valley. Okay. So a lot of interesting backgrounds here that I would love to dig into. I tried to memorize your bios.
Kudos to you. That's a lot of work.
There's a lot here. So
Smart.
that's what I tell people. Like, I'm already bad at there's 3 people here that I just met. Yeah. So it's already hard for me to remember names. But then you put 3 names together, then it becomes a challenge. And then I have to have the bios too. So I'm going to read the bios here. So for everybody that is out there listening, I apologize that this doesn't sound so natural, but I'd love for you to know who you are talking with.
Oh, that's me.
So we'll start with Siren, Lady of the Bash. I'm just going to read this straight from what I got from Francesca.
Absolutely.
Okay. Siren is a walking time capsule who stepped out of a black and white motion picture and into the colorful world of today. And you do look like very period correct.
Oh, thank you, darling. I appreciate it.
I love that. Her love for 1940s music began in her adolescence, and I want to talk about 1940s music.
All right.
And has since shaped her identity as a true vintage enthusiast, a passion she's nurtured since 2013. Embracing self-love and confidence, she's found deep connections with a past era. And I'm going to skip over you, Francesca.
You're fine.
But we're going to get to your
Well,
bio,
technically,
too.
I am still Lady Layrite because it's not been a renewed title.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still the reigning.
Yeah, I'm the reigning Lady Layrite.
The reigning. Can we
that,
say,
reigning.
is it defending, too? Do you have to defend that for the future?
I mean, if Layrite decides they want to renew it with and sponsor a new pageant for it, then somebody can take over, or I can compete for it again.
Okay.
But since Layrite has not renewed it in any pageant, I get to maintain it.
That's exciting.
Okay.
Go you.
Well,
Free hair product all the time.
Yes.
since we're talking about Francesca already, let's just go ahead and go through your bio.
No,
First Lady Layrite.
First and continuing.
Yes.
Doctor of Contemporary Religion and Non-Religion, peace activist, esoteric arts practitioner, historical and avant-garde fashion enthusiast, poet, musician, and nature lover, and teaches these subjects at all levels globally. Wow, what a resume.
Amazing.
So, I don't even want to get into a debate. Here's the thing. One of my rules is no politics and no religion.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I don't know how we
it's
not
part
get.
of who I am.
Yeah, that's who you are.
Yeah, it's who I am. So.
It's in the bio.
Yeah,
That's okay. It's in the bio. Okay. Sweet Darlin Marie.
Yes,
Let's talk about
hello.
Sweet Darlin Marie. She's a lover of all things vintage with a soft spot for pancakes.
Yes.
I love it. And
Oh, I
ice cream
just
in the
had
afternoon when
seafood
she's not busy. Pancakes and ice cream together. Have you had that?
Yes.
All
That's
right.
a go-to. If you go to almost anywhere, you can ask for that extra scoop.
There you go. When she's not busy with work, she's hitting the road to uncover the quirkiest corners of the country, always serving up sugar, style, and a smile.
Yay! That's right. Sweet.
I love it.
Always
I love
a
it.
smile.
And the queen of the bash, Lyric Reverie, raised in Hawaii.
Da, 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 da.
Lyric Reverie is a rock genre singer-songwriter. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, not only does she rock and roll, but she also has been a flight attendant for 10 years. Lots of stuff I want to ask you, too.
Super cool.
Let her take you to the skies and write a sweet melody of your dreams so you can dive into the music where your heart is needed most. I love it. Who wrote this?
Everyone wrote their own.
Okay.
Technically.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I have
You can see the songwriter.
Yeah.
I have a bio as well that this will show you like how egocentric I am. Like my bio is like as long as all of your bios combined.
Oh, the bio you sent us for your judge bio.
I have to
was
cut it
pretty
down.
good.
I have to cut it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you sit there and you're like, oh yeah, I want to include this too.
I do a lot of cool things. I'm a really cool person.
And you finish writing it and you're like, there's two thoughts that go by, right? Number one is like, boy, I'm really full of myself. But number two is like, damn, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. To your own horn. I mean,
Me.
Right? There's nothing wrong with confidence.
critics,
Yeah.
or we gotta love ourselves.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with
Nothing in between.
with confidence. So I don't even know where to start. Let me start by asking you all, how did you decide that you were going to compete for Queen of the Bash?
Well, I was living in Kingman, Arizona, and they're also well known. They've done a lot of pinups contests and stuff like that. And so since moving out here a couple of years ago, I haven't really tried to step toes into a pinup contest here in California. So once I heard about the bash on, I believe it was on Instagram, someone posted about it, and then they were looking for contestants, and I figured, you know what, why not try it? And it seemed like to be a big contest. So I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to get picked, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to try. So I just applied, and here I am today. So it was a lot of fun, though.
yeah, for me, it was similar in a little bit. I started the pinup or joined the pinup community in December of last year. And so I was like, okay, I really want to dive all in. When I get into something, I just put all my energy and effort into it. And I looked and searched. I was like, okay, I have a niece that's going to get born or will be born in the end of June. And it's in SoCal. So this will be a perfect opportunity for me to be able to go see family, but then also kind of pursue this new passion that I had. And luckily I was selected to compete. And here I am with you all today in this lovely room and just enjoying life.
I love it. I love it. Siren?
For me, I was just like, because I always felt like I've been just like a cheesecake pinup. So I was like, oh, let me do a little something more serious, because I don't really like competing. You know, because I feel like, you know, women, we could be a little bit like, sometimes with each other. And I usually like to do things on my own. And I was like, you know what? I could get better at public speaking, you know, because I feel like I'm really good at impromptu. But if you ask me a question, it just feels like I'm taking a test and then I'm bound to fail. But then like Edaisha, right? Correct?
Yes.
Like she had said, she wouldn't think she'd get picked. And I was like, well, you know what the heck? I should try it. And then I got picked and I was like, well, look at that. What a whirlwind.
I love it. I love it. Do you want to say something, Francesca?
Sure. So last year when I competed, I didn't actually know it was a pinup pageant. The friend of mine was the producer in 2024, and she's like, "You should join my pageant." I thought it was like a fashion show, which is because I just did the Viva fashion show. So she's like, "Oh, you should do my fashion show," and so I said yes. And then I realized after the fact that I was already publicized for the pageant that it was actually a pinup contest. So that's why I joined. And then I got Lady Layrite, which is great. And then the year after, you know, my friend who was a producer, she moved to Portland. And then I was asked to be the producer for this year's bash. So I wouldn't call myself like a pinup or a pinup contest girl. I do like the vintage world and vintage scene and vintage music, fashion, but I just kind of got, I happenstance fell into it, and
Yeah.
which is I'm enjoying because I get to meet all these beautiful ladies and make new friends along the way.
I
Well,
love
we
it.
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for
Yeah.
Lady Layrite.
I love it. I love it.
And happenstance is the best, I think, when it just happens
It's just
randomly and you're here and you're
Yeah,
like,
just
okay,
enjoy
this
the
is
ride.
it.
Yeah. I have this thing in my mind all the time when you talk about happenstance. There's this thing in my mind that always pops in, the butterfly effect.
Yes.
When I think about
Ashton Kutcher.
yeah, I mean, well, I never saw the movie, but just the thought that, like, one little thing that can change the course of your life, right? And the idea of the butterfly effect is if someone, went back in time and then they killed a butterfly, they go back to the future and their life is completely different, right? And I look at these things like, what would you have done, or what would be different with each of you had you not competed? And how competing has changed the course of your life. Like, for example, we never would have met if you didn't
Truly.
if you didn't even compete.
None of us. We're
Yeah.
all so far
And by
away
the
from each other.
By the way, let me say props to you all for putting yourselves out there, because it's really hard to put yourself on a public stage and be judged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? And we get judged even if we don't put ourselves out there.
True.
Right.
We get judged.
You're not wrong.
So to put yourself out there. So props to you all for that. I much respect.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what was each of your thoughts after you won your respective titles? Was it like, oh shit, someone screwed up?
A little bit. It was like, okay, when the lady of the bash part was announced, I was like, okay, all right. And then I was like, okay. And then they said my name, and it was just like a whoa, and like
Yeah.
literal shock. My husband has a video, and I just look like a child on Christmas, where you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You were so
And
like
just-
jumpy.
Yeah, like super jumpy and bouncy, and I'm already very fidgety, and so it was just like, I laugh when I look at the videos because I'm literally just like a little kid jumping up and down, so excited and just in shock, like, wow, this is like my first real pageant, and I got princess, like, what?
Yeah.
So very exciting.
I love it. I love it.
I'm excited right now. I'm just smiling real big.
It's still an awe for me. I was literally not expecting to be queen, all honestly, because everyone else was just so amazing, and especially with their answers and how they dressed. I mean, I didn't think I could top that, you know. So, I was just, when they announced my name for queen, I was like, wait, what? Like, I was like, is that really my name? Like,
Yeah.
is it really me? Like,
Honestly, she answered the best. I was just like, I'm just so.
But
good.
I
I
just
was
felt
like,
like my answers weren't as like fun and perky like everyone else did. Everyone else had, different answers, even though there's some similarities. But I just felt like, I don't know. It was just,
What were some of the questions? What was the question that when you're talking about your answer?
I think it was the
one of
first
them
one
was,
was what for you is the purpose of pinup culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second one so we had the first round, and then we had the finalist round. And the finalist round was, what does the phrase vintage style, not values mean to you?
Yeah, vintage style, vintage
Not
values.
vintage values. Yeah.
That
That
one
was
was
the political.
make it or
Yeah.
break it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want to know what your answers were for those.
I don't know what my exact answer was.
Well, thankfully, I wrote mine down.
Oh, good for you.
So vintage style, not vintage values is something that comes up often within the vintage culture, and it is very political. And there was controversy about using it as a question.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt that too.
But
I'm cooking and cleaning, just saying.
but
My husband does the cleaning. No.
I thought it was important to put in there because it is. We don't want to ignore the elephant in the room.
True.
And a lot of the judges really live by this quote, so I thought it would be
I see that
important
with Birdie and Lark.
for the audience involved.
As someone that comes from the tiki culture, we have our own controversial topics and viewpoints. So that's not something that I'm familiar with. So that's interesting to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Idaisha probably knows, I'm sorry,
You're good.
Lyric Reverie probably knows about this coming from Hawaii, where there's a fine line between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. So those are topics that raise a lot of heat when people discuss that. Yeah. This is controversial, but
I see that with Alex.
yeah. Okay, so I want to hear more of the answers. What were some of the other answers that we got?
I'm trying to think. Like I can't remember exactly what I said, like word for word, but it had to do with the fact that although I do like embrace the curls and the lipstick and all of the fun things that come with the style piece of it, like I believe everyone, no matter where you come from or what color your skin may be or where your like socioeconomic status is, that everyone has a spot in the pinup community. And so in the back or olden days, it was more like, oh, it's more, we had segregation and things like that.
Right,
and like,
right.
no, everyone belongs here. And that's what I think I love the most about the pinup community, is that everything is so embracing and everyone is welcomed. There's not been a place or an opportunity where I've gone to where I'm like, ooh, I feel like I'm left out or I shouldn't be here. Everyone is like, oh no, come and join and let me tell you about this. Or have you tried this special hairspray? It's going to make your curls stay great. Or like, oh, try these extra special whatever. And everyone just wants to share
supportive.
and they want you to succeed. And I think that it's really special in the pinup community specifically, because what Siren mentioned earlier, like girls can get a little raw sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel that when I've been participating in the pinup community so
Well,
far.
that's awesome to hear, because I mean, there's competition and rivalry in, I think, every subculture.
Totally.
So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there was in the pinup community as well, especially if there's people competing all the time. But, I mean, that's just a part of life, right?
Yeah. Someone's got to win.
Yeah.
It's like
Larry Layrite.
competition. And
Yes,
then,
and then
But-
there's
but-
like
yeah.
nasty competition, but it's all felt
Right.
very healthy, and I enjoy it. Like my husband laughs at me because I'm like, "Okay, can I fit another contest into my schedule?" And he's like, "No, you need to
That's
sleep.
hilarious.
You can't do this." I'm
Like
like,
I retired from them already.
yeah, I love it.
I'm like one and done.
They're so fun.
Are you done, Siren? Really?
Yes, because I mainly do like work with the real sailors and Marines and
Okay.
which is cool. Yeah.
Okay. No, you
Week.
no, you seriously do look like you stepped out of a 1940s
Absolutely.
movie, right?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Your
it.
style
darling.
is like is really fantastic. So I have a question for you about 1940s music,
Oh my goodness.
because so I listen to just about any kind of music, right? And I categorize this stuff in my iTunes. When you listen to 1940s music, it's not all big band.
Yes, correct.
So what do you categorize that as? Swing?
Yeah, it could, because mainly it was always orchestras, so that does fall under big band orchestra, you know, because they had like the whole musicians, you know, the clarinet, the bass, the guitars, and everything, the piano. So it's like it's hard to really say it's not really like a big band, because that's what it was all required when people really used to just incorporate every instrument, you know. But like if you need a specific artist, you know, even when they had certain features and things like that, it's beautiful and it's amazing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm still, I mean, it was, I don't even think it was my grandparents' music. I think they were even kids when the music was on the radio or popular at the time. So I'm still discovering 1940s music, and I love it. And I love going to like a jazz club that
Yes.
plays it. I was just in St. Petersburg, Florida last
Wonderful.
week, and
You
I was
get
in a
around.
jazz club. I was at the Fertique event, and I was just in a jazz club, and I was listening to this. There was a guy playing a stand-up bass and a guy playing the piano, and the guy playing the piano was singing, and it was 1940s style music because it wasn't 50s. I mean, it was like 40s style jazz. It was fantastic.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
the first thing that I did when I came home was try to see if there were any jazz clubs out here so that I could enjoy it out here.
Oh, I could give you two. We got always recurring, I feel, in Los Angeles. We got the Queen Mary. We always have
Okay.
Alex Menhem.
Okay.
So he's usually basically usually like what is big band orchestra, so he mainly focuses on from 20s to 40s. So then you got like you step into a scene inside the Queen Mary, and I love that. Also, the Queen Mary was used in part of World War II in
Right,
real life.
right.
You know?
Such a cool history.
The Grey
there.
Ghost.
So because I love the history part of it, you know, the World War II, but I like to bring the glamour part
Okay.
of that part. So and also the Cicada Club in downtown Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, Cicada Club.
Yes.
What a fun name.
Art Deco.
I went there for a birthday. I had to wear a suit. Yeah.
That's always a good idea.
Yeah, you know.
Grand idea.
Yeah, the Cicada Club has been really like iconic in terms of the war era vintage scene in Southern California. It's been used a lot for that. And also the Queen Mary. Yeah, those are the two, I would say the two top.
I can't pull off the vintage look. I just can't do it. I don't know how to do it.
Have you tried?
I think everybody can pull off any look as long as you have the right
So
You have
people
attitude with
mentoring
it
you.
too.
right attitude, right people mentoring.
Yeah, even the reproductions that you could get.
I
at,
will
like, Goodwill
say
or
that
something.
like
hope
maybe
for you,
I
Adrian.
kind of tried, maybe, but I guess part of it is just not feeling comfortable in a suit.
Well, that's it. You got to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can do the Cuban shirts.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
That's
not
a good
even
bridge.
familiar with that style. I don't think so. I don't know.
We can show you photos.
Or like the smoking jacket, like
I have a smoking jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
like Humphrey Bogart.
It doesn't fit me anymore, though.
Let us
It doesn't
know.
fit me anymore because I'm expecting now, you know. So.
But the Cuban look is not far from the tiki thing, and there's
Yeah,
a
it
lot of
kinda-
overlap.
Okay. Well, I
We'll
like
get you one.
I do
We'll
like
make it
the
work for you.
We'll take you in cowboy shopping because he needs some.
okay. I do prefer the vintage look when it comes to tiki, and you know, it's also like has phases, right? So there's the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, and you can tell as the decades pass, like how the style changes. Because once you get to the 80s, the clothing starts to get goofy. You
A
know?
little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Denim on denim, acid wash.
They did have a lot of 1940s dresses in the 80s because that was the vintage. That
They
was
did.
available
Thierry
in the
Mugler,
80s.
right?
Yeah, in general, just like the
big
silhouette.
shoulder pads.
The
Yeah, a lot
silhouette
of
was a
reproduction.
1940s silhouette.
So now, how long have all of you been into vintage?
I'd say high school for me.
Oh, 2013 for me.
Okay, so not that long, about a dozen years. Okay.
And then I started actually being involved in the pinup community December of last year, so in 2024. But I've always loved vintage stuff, so I have random things that I got when I was little. I have the old cameras. I have an old suitcase that I remember getting at a flea market yard sale in San Bernardino when I was like 10, and it's under my bed at my parents' house. And so I've just collected items since forever, I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only started it recently, maybe a few years ago, since marrying my husband.
So even more recent for you.
Yeah, because I haven't really grown up with vintage stuff, you know, and then I came to like more so vintage furnitures is kind of more my jam than clothing.
Okay.
So
But once you get into one part of it,
then you kind of
It draws you
expand.
into-
Yeah, and
You're
then
all in.
cars,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
vintage cars too.
I
is
love
a
it.
big-
Lifestyle.
Yes.
yeah, that's kind of like the tiki thing too. I'm sorry I keep bringing that up because that's what I know.
We love
But-
it.
Who doesn't love a good tiki?
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so what brought you all into vintage? Was it a movie you saw, or was it someone that influenced you, like a friend you made that you thought, oh, you know what, I kind of like what they do?
Well, I was living in Spokane, Washington, back in.
You've lived all over the
I
place.
know. I lived all over the world.
She's a
with my
time
career.
traveler.
So this was like maybe early 2016, and I was by myself. I didn't have any family or friends. I was new to the city, and I love to do arts and crafts. So I wanted to try to like dig into that, and then so I got into I was like kind of thrift shopping in a way, and then I came upon this antique dresser, and it looked a little bit banged up. So I was like,
Well
and it's pretty cheap. It was like maybe like $25 or something. And then so I took it home, and then you know what? I was like learning all of these this new trend where you kind of like paint it and kind of refurbish it in a way. So that's what I got into, the antique furniture style, and then that expanded to the cars, and then when I started the pinup, that got expanded to the clothing and the hairstyle.
And then here you are, queen of the bash.
Still learning though. Still learning.
Well deserved, darling. Well deserved.
Yeah. I love it.
I can't think of like what actually was the real like inspiration. I just remember looking at old photos and being like, ooh, and eyeing and watching old movies, but I can't think of like the one moment where it was like that light bulb flash. It was just always like, I like these things. And my family and my parents' friends, they always would tell me like, oh, you have such an old soul, Brooke. Like you
Right.
belong in the previous century or whatnot. And so I think I always, whenever they'd say that, I'd be like, okay, yeah. And then I just kind of been like, yep, that's going to be me now.
Embraced it.
Yeah, I embraced it. They said it and I'm just going to eat it up.
Well, for me, I feel like I was really influenced by the music. I thank God for my mother and father because as you all know, Elvis Presley and the
Oh, yeah.
Beatles. So I
Yeah.
grew up with rockabilly, which was 50s and 60s. And I remember my favorite song that I would think I was about 6 or 7. And I Want You, I Need You, I Love You by Elvis Presley. And I used to mimic him. And I also grew up in a Victorian home, so I was very blessed.
Lucky.
In Huntington Park. So I think it was built in like 1912 or 1917, around that time. So I grew up there all my life.
Okay. Was it
And,
haunted? I feel like
Yes, that's a different story for another day.
I feel like all Victorian homes are haunted.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, well,
Little creaks here and there.
you know, the mind can wander a little bit. But yeah, I just feel like since my dad would always take me to the flea markets, like in Redondo Beach at like 6 a.m. So being like just a big thrifter and then just even metal detecting with my father, like treasure hunting in Malibu
Wow.
Beach. So
Wow.
I feel like that.
That's
just,
an interesting way to
Yeah,
get
that was the
it.
whole thing in the 90s, right?
Wow.
Yes. So I just feel, you know, like the music really influenced me with my parents really liking that era. And then on my own, I just eventually picked up on older music. And then that's where I was like, oh, you know, I want to see what that type of music, what these people would look like before. So I'm probably older than I look if you get to see me. But, you know, I really do feel like I was born in the wrong era. And then the music is just so beautiful and heart-touching.
Yeah.
To me, very melancholic, and it really makes you feel like you get transported in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
So the music has a lot to do with it.
I love it. What about you, Francesca?
Yeah, so I said I started in high school. That was around the time where, like, you know, third wave ska was coming up and all the swing revival. So there was a lot of different vintage things going on. There were 60s and also 30s and 40s, you know. So I think 60s was where I first gravitated towards because that's what my parents could,
Right.
you know, could mentor me on. But then when I started actually looking into my own personal tastes, that 30s, 40s look with like the soft waves and really feminine silhouettes really, really attracted to me. But in general, yeah, just historical costuming. And I love the 1880s. So
Really?
again, so
How
late
fun.
Victorian. So you know, so when we get into like the rockabilly and the western, that's where it's like, oh, there's like a
That
blend
merge,
of the
yes.
western and the 1880s in there with the high floral necklines. And so yeah.
I
I mean,
high
I
neck
just
one.
love old clothing in general. But yeah, the music is in it too. You know, in general, I like world music, classical music, experimental music. So it really blends all those things together.
Okay. Okay. Have you guys been to Angelino Heights?
No.
Do you know where that is?
No.
So it's the largest district of Victorian homes in LA, County.
Ooh.
It is just outside of Echo Park. Or sorry, actually, it might even be Echo Park. But it's right next to.
Oh yeah, that's where we had. I did a few performances. They do some events there.
It's
so
there's
I
a
did
historical
yeah.
society that.
Yeah. So I did Carnival Laloon. I performed accordion.
Okay.
And they do some events.
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So they have like, you know, these historic homes. Some of them have been restored.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them have been restored and they're worth millions
Of course.
of dollars. 3 million, 4 million, 5 million.
Makes sense.
And there were movies that were filmed there. So like the Charmed houses on this. It's
okay.
really kind of one main street where all the best restored homes are. So the Charmed house is there.
They
what's
have
the
a
other
really cool
house?
apothecary.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that would
so-
make sense.
Yeah.
That would
Or
make
the
sense.
drugstore, but you know, it's like apothecary.
The The house from Thriller is on that street too, and it was dilapidated in Thriller. It's dilapidated today. So that's the thing about these Victorian homes is they are really, really gorgeous when they're
taken care of.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I would like to do. Like, if I could have the money in the world, I would buy a Victorian home and renovate it, and then even live in it for a bit before I sell it. If I want to
They
sell
are
it.
a lot of work.
Yeah, some of the homes there
fall apart.
are really dilapidated. Some of the homes there really need some work, but they're still like a million or
beautiful.
2 million because of where they are, and they're big. They have lots of square footage and they have like really beautiful features, but they need a lot of work. I had a dream once that I bought a new house and it was a Victorian house, and it was a 3-story house. And after I took possession of the house, I went up to, I'm like walking around the house and I'm moving stuff in, and the 3rd floor, I get up to the 3rd floor and there's a door, and I felt just like really bad evil presence behind the door, and
Checks out.
and I didn't want to open the door, and I just remember thinking, oh well, I guess I can't use that room.
just gonna board
I'm
it
just
up.
gonna leave it,
Leave it alone.
That's part of the charm of it.
right.
I was once offered a job in an academic job in Washington D.C. in a small theological college, and it came with an antebellum house. Like the job came with a house. And I remember that night when I did like the visiting interview, I had like a stress dream about decorating every room.
That's hilarious.
I would just be so. I mean, it would be a
things we
dream
stress
come
out
true,
about, right?
but it'd be so stressful to decorate every single room.
That's so funny. And that's what it is. There's so much space. When I live up north, and my first apartment was it was a converted carriage house, and the my landlords had the vintage Victorian house. And when I moved in, they were doing all the painting, but they would always do a Christmas party where the whole community would come in, and it was like each house on the street you could go into. It was super awesome. And so I met some people.
We need friends like that here.
Yeah. And then they had their little attic space, and it was one of those things where you go into the attic and you just feel this little this feels weird, and then you talk to the landlord and he goes, oh yeah, I lived in here since I was a child, and we just wouldn't go into the attic after a certain hour because we knew it was going to be weird. And
I'm telling you, like,
you hold back a little bit.
yeah, and that dream I had, man, it felt bad. Like I'm not going in there, but not bad enough for me to not move into the house.
Right, yeah.
It was just like, I'm just not gonna go up there. I guess it's a 2-story house now.
There you go. Less steps.
Right. Yeah. So I want to do some off-topic questions with you guys, if you're cool with that.
We love
We
an
went
improv
to like
too.
Victorian from
Yes.
everything that we have in common. We just went Victorian.
Well, I could talk about vintage.
Sorry.
I could talk about vintage all day, but from a different perspective, because I too feel like I was born in the wrong era, and I started feeling this way like when I was in high school. But that's because at that time I was heavy into surf, and I just remember the vintage surfing era with Duka Hanamoku and old Hawaii and longboards and Diamond Head and all that kind of stuff. And and so that was what I was looking at, and also the cars and stuff. I just liked all the older cars, the cars from the 50s and 60s were the best. And
Understandable.
but I'm also someone that can't live without my technology. I mean, like, I'm addicted to my cell phone, right? And
Preach.
and
Guilty.
right? And streaming and all the things, all the conveniences that we enjoy today, right? So, but yeah, I could talk about that forever. But I want to dive into some fun questions to get to know you a little bit better, because we just met. I met. With the exception of Francesca, who I met like a year ago.
right.
I met you three like an hour ago.
Yeah,
So
in your driveway.
Yeah, in the driveway. So I'm going to pull up some questions, and
Absolutely.
and I promise not to make these questions too. Oh, this is my cat, by the way.
Look at the kitty.
That's Milo.
Hi, Milo.
Oh my gosh.
Bye, Milo.
He got scared. So
Milo, like the Philippine brand hot chocolate.
the hot chocolate.
My favorite.
I have 4 cats.
4.
He's
5.
you have 5. Okay.
Who's counting?
Cat people, I love it.
That's why we all get along so nicely.
I love it. So here's the thing. Here's what I noticed about, and it could be changing these days, but like dog people really love their dogs, but really hate cats. But cat people love all animals.
We're the sexiest kind of people. I'm sorry.
I agree. And 5 cats. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Okay, so these are my questions for deep thought. That's what I call it.
Deep
Questions
thought.
for deep thought.
Okay, let's go.
And those that are listening can play along. You can listen to think about the question, think about your answer, and then put it in the comments below, and let's see some of those creative answers. And so okay, so
What won you your crown?
okay, so I'm going to start with. So I have one of my favorite questions is if you could have any superpower.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Well, for me, I would probably say, I mean, it's probably not super fun, but reading minds.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Only intentionally. Like if I intend to read your mind and not like,
Like you can
everyone's
turn it off when
mind
you want to.
yes, and not everyone's mind
dangerous.
on at the same time.
that is
movie.
dangerous because sometimes I don't want to know. Right?
True, but that's why I said only when intended, because especially when I like, let's say, nowadays in this world, you never know who you can trust and all that stuff. So, if I were to ask certain questions to kind of get to know that person and just to kind of know if they are absolutely telling the truth, and then I can put them in my circle and I'll be okay. And
So do you want mind reading or lie detecting?
So what is it hurt? It doesn't hurt to combine, actually. So that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's like a
Yeah.
I love your twist on that.
I know. What do we really want?
Right, exactly.
I like that. Oh, that's funny. I would say you had mentioned it earlier, actually, when we were talking before we started, was being able to teleport. So I bought a new car in 2023 because my old car died. And it's been 2 years and I've already put about 78,000 miles on it. So I spend a ton of time in my car.
78,000 miles?
Yes.
What? How? Why?
I am a yearbook sales rep.
Oh.
And so
okay.
I drive a lot. And so I think in my life, like, how much more time I would have to do fun things. And like, there's a pinup contest I really wanted to enter and later in December. And I was like, okay, I can't get there in time because by the time I get off work and try to drive there, I'm going to hit too much traffic.
Right.
I'm like, if I could teleport, I could do so many things and have so many more fun experiences and just live life versus, all right, I'm really good at car karaoke and I listen to a lot of murder podcasts and listening to your podcast and things like that. And so, like, that's nice, but I would love to have more time with humans versus just my windshield.
So Lyric Reverie would probably relate to this because traveling. I mean, some of these flights.
Oh, yeah.
It could be.
But then you'd be out of a
good
job.
or bad thing.
You'd be out of a job if we could all teleport.
True.
But the key is to just have the superpower because if everybody had it, it wouldn't be a superpower.
Right,
Not everybody
exactly.
might want it.
That's
True. Some people wouldn't care. One of my
Yeah, I
friends
don't-
hasn't flown ever in their
I
entire
don't get
life.
the people who'd rather take the train. And it's just like, that's a 3-hour flight. And on the train, it's 2 days.
It depends. Like the train is good if there's other intentions. Like if you want to get like there's the Amtrak has like the writing.
Like, whole experience.
Yeah, it's the part of the experience. So if you want to write a lot of it, there's like a writer's discount on Amtrak, and I'm not selling anything here.
Writer as in
Sponsored, not sponsored.
Right.
writer as in like writing or writing.
Like authors.
Authors, yeah.
Right,
okay.
right, authoring things. So yeah, it's part of the experience. And I lived in Kazakhstan when I did the Peace Corps, and it's just the
Do you live in
train-
Kazakhstan? Okay.
I
Yeah.
know.
How did we not know this before? I feel like you're full of
Like
so many
everybody
things.
here has lived somewhere else.
I know.
I'm like, no, not me, not Siren.
Not me.
Born
Not
and
me.
raised Angelino. Haven't left anywhere yet.
You and I have some stuff in common.
I've traveled.
You're a time travel in experiencing you.
Yes, yes.
But those Soviet trains are slower than cars.
Have you been on the Orient Express?
I have
I
not.
would
but that
love
would
to
be
get on.
great.
I'd like
would
to do
love
that too.
But yeah, it's the experience. There's something really like just you have to just relish being in it in the present. It's not about
Yeah.
trying to get somewhere.
So-
And the views too.
Yeah.
You could see views at
Yes.
planes where you can't. So.
I suppose, but
Or you just
Not
take the Napa.
convinced.
Go
Well,
to Napa and take
I-
the wine train, and you just enjoy some good
I
wine,
want to take that.
Yeah.
and you
it's-
take the train,
it's about the
and you have some
experience,
tea,
yeah.
and
so
it's lovely.
The
I
people
get
you
what you're
meet.
saying, and I don't disagree with it. But a lot of times for me, the destination is where the experience begins. Like getting there. Like if I'm going to like, the Cook Islands, or if I'm
Right.
going to go to, that's
Yeah.
the experience doesn't start on the 9-hour plane ride.
it's not the journey.
Well, it depends
not
what
the
your
journey.
intention is, right? So if your
Yeah.
intention is for the experience, then you take the long way,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get you though. Like if you want to just get somewhere, you just want to get somewhere.
Like
the way she thinks.
I was, like I said, I was in St. Pete last week, and I was trying to get home. I was supposed to fly home on Sunday, and I was there the weekend that they did all the airport
Issues.
cutbacks. I couldn't fly out till Tuesday, so I had a
so
two-day.
sorry.
That's okay. Well, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Like
I
your
just,
work.
As a representative,
as a
of the
representative of the airline, I am so sorry.
Yeah. We got lucky. We were in Nashville last week for my work. There was a big conference, and I was like, I waited to book my hotel until we actually were on the plane because I was like, well, if we get delayed, I don't want to pay for an extra night in the hotel when we're not going to be there. So I literally booked it while we were sitting on the plane, getting ready to take off. I'm like, okay, we're going. We're going to make it there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, lemonade out of lemons. I was able to see things that I didn't have time to see when I was out there. So I got to see a new bar that I'd been wanting to see, and I
Lovely.
went by my friend's shop that makes tiki mugs, and I worked in his shop for half a day.
How cool.
and-
Wonderful tiki mug collection, may I say?
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, I mean, I still would have preferred to go home when I was supposed to, but in the end, it was that I got to do and see things that I just didn't have time to do. So it worked out. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Siren? Superpower.
For me, that's easy. Talk to animals,
Yeah.
all kinds.
Yeah.
From the sea creatures, from even the ones that terrify me with the 6 legs, 8 legs, the spiders. Because I feel bad after killing them. Like I try to give them a little bit of grace, but it's
Right.
like I'm not in your web. Why are you in the shower?
Do you ever apologize to them beforehand? Say, I'm sorry, but you just got to go.
To be quite frank, I do.
I do too. I do too. I feel bad because
I do.
I feel bad because so if I see like a black widow and stuff, I'll think like I have cats. I don't want you biting my cat.
Yeah.
you know?
Absolutely
You're
not.
not worried about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
so-
but yeah, definitely talking to animals, especially just for the reason being because if they're in some kind of danger, I would love to rescue them and bust a John Wick moment on that perpetrator.
Yeah.
To give them a little bit of the taste
And let
of
them
their
know
own
that you're
medicine.
helping them too, because they don't know you're helping them
'cause they get so
sometimes.
scared.
They get
Their
scared. They
little
think they're being attacked.
Yes.
Dodo videos.
Yeah. Right. All right. Cool. So let's do another question. If you could spend time with anyone real or fictitious, dead or alive, who would it be? And let me throw out some fun answers
Who
that
wants
I've
to go first?
that I've heard in the past. Let me throw out some fun answers, and then you guys can go from there. So, I've said before, I think it'd be fun to time travel with Marty McFly. So he's fictitious. I think it'd be fun to smoke a doobie with Bob Marley. He's dead. I don't really have real because I don't really care. Like, there's nobody like on the top of my list. I would love to see my parents again. So those are some questions. Those are some answers. But so, what are you guys' answers?
I have an answer.
Go
So there's a woman who is the founder of the Theosophical Society, which is a occultist group in the 1880s.
Yes.
Oh.
During that
Her name is
1980s.
Madame Helena Petrovna Blavatsky.
Wow.
So she's
Sexy name.
It really is.
but
especially
really,
when
I
you
mean,
say it.
as woo woo.
I feel like I want to get drunk with her.
right.
Yes.
No, but do a séance with her is what you really want to do.
Oh yeah.
So as much as she might be known as this, esoteric figure, the Theosophical Society is what brought Buddhism to the West.
Oh really?
Right.
Okay.
And, she was in the heart of those 1880s spiritualist movements, but really like the beginning of interreligious dialogue. I'm sorry to bring religion, but
So-
you already
so-
know that's part of me.
No, that's okay.
Amen, sister.
Yeah. So the fact that bringing religions together and seeing what they have in common was brought about by her.
Okay.
And she is still just a really cool esoteric figure in general. So I would
See,
love to just spend time with her.
There are interesting
And
people
this is
like
her.
this in history, and that's what that tattoo
That's
is.
what this tattoo is, the Theosophical Society.
Oh.
And the anniversary of the Theosophical Society just passed this month.
Okay.
I
So-
just learned something new today.
Yeah, there are people in history like that are really interesting and impactful that most people don't know about.
Yeah, because she was a woman during a time when men were, exactly.
Yeah.
And she was also a Russian woman, and of course, there's like the
That's a whole nother.
Sure, yeah, that adds
watch
another
it.
layer.
right. There's so many layers
Yeah.
of why she wasn't accepted.
Yeah,
but-
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, what else we got?
An immediate
figure.
For me, I would say Rita Hayworth,
Okay.
because she was just not a Hollywood starlet, but she actually did work with real sailors and Marines for the United States of America, and I feel like that's a part of history people don't really talk about to boost morale. During the war times, like that's what the real definition of a pinup girl is. And I just feel like we have our reenactors, but I feel like I'm doing that work in this time and age. I feel like from reenactors to real life, so I just be like, if we could have a conversation, because I've seen recently like a Rita Hayworth's archives that she got awarded a GI award, for volunteering.
That's cool.
For the, the USO. And I just would like to do something like that, and I would want to ask her like what made you because she wasn't even from here,
Wouldn't it be cool if she mentored you in that way?
Yes, because that's where I honestly get all my influence from now, where I do all my own work,
Yeah,
my pinup
yeah.
work mainly.
But
you know.
personally mentoring you, how cool would that be?
Yes, I would. I hope I make her proud.
Yeah.
Usually when I do my photos, I like to give a little brief history sentence or so, because our minds and our attentions could only go for so long, but I hope I'm continuing on the work of Betty Grable and Rita Hayworth, which is one of the United States most favorited pinup girls originally, for the sailors and Marines. So that's what I hope to do. So it would be good to even have lunch with her.
That's
and
awesome.
be mentored by her.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That's awesome.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I love it.
Do you know your answer?
I mean, for me, I have like a simple answer. It would have to be Agatha Christie. She's like my favorite author. I just like I just love how she writes her books, and like at the end, it's like, okay, I didn't know that. That was totally not what I was expecting, and just kind of wanting to like meet her and like get to know her and know her past and how she comes to writing all these amazing books. And she's like the queen of the crime here.
Yeah.
And like I don't write, I mean, aside from songs, but I don't write books, but it's just when it comes to reading books, her book is like my go-to. And just wanting to know how she comes about to knowing what the ending is. Like, I mean, there's like so many puzzle pieces that you'd have to put together in terms of writing a mystery, crime book. And just how do you fit into this to get this to be the killer,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, wow, that kind of intrigues me.
Pure
Yeah.
creativity.
So, yes, pure creativity.
You want to explore her mind.
Explore her mind more.
Explore
Like,
her
how
mind.
do you get
Yeah.
all this?
Yeah.
I loved, Adrian, that you mentioned like fictional characters
Yeah.
because I love fictional characters. When I was growing up, I wasn't the kid that would go out and like hang out with friends a lot. I would stay at home and just read books. And one of my favorite books is Peter Pan.
Oh,
and
okay.
I just love Peter Pan so much. I think the whole idea of him, and I did a whole honors process in college that I studied the comparison between Peter Pan and Jack Kerouac and On the Road and Dean Moriarty, and how they relate and how they were all kind of a resemblance of just losing your childhood and things like that. And then I also did a speech for my college, my public speaking class that you had to take, and it was what's the word at a funeral? I can't think of what that word is.
Eulogy?
Yes, a eulogy. And I did a eulogy for Peter Pan because I was just so obsessed with just the idea of that lost childhood and what he represents and things like that. So if I could do a fictional character, I would say I'd want to hang out with Peter Pan for a day.
Amazing.
You all have interesting answers. Like in my mind, it's just like, I just want to fuck around with Ferris Bueller for a day. I feel like that would be fun.
Have some drinks, you know?
I feel like that would be fun. I feel like we
time.
get into trouble and like, you know, but
Yeah,
fun
wide
trouble,
range.
you know. So yeah, that just tells you like where my mind is, like how stupid I am. Okay, let's do
You're a guy.
It's that hang loose culture. You know? Shaka shaka.
let's do one more question, and then we'll wrap this up. We're coming up on an hour, believe it or not.
Wow. That went so fast.
I know it goes by so it
fast.
always
Those
goes by
drinks
so
help.
fast, right? It always goes by so fast.
Loose, but not off the goose.
That's right.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, so
That's a good phrase.
let's wrap this up in a positive way. This can be. I'm going to ask two questions. You guys can answer whichever question you want to answer.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what's the best piece of advice that you've ever received? Or you could answer, what would you tell, or what piece of advice would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Come on, I think you're gonna shed some tear or two. Waterworks. Who's cutting the onions?
So either you tell us like what the best piece of advice is that you've ever received, or what's the piece of advice you would give to your 18-year-old self. Just to help you guys, I'll give you
Those are
my
two
answer.
different questions
They are
for
two
me.
different
They're
questions.
very different questions.
They are two different questions for me, though. It's kind of like the answer is kind of the same for both. So
Interesting.
the question, the answer that I've gotten before is nobody cares. Everyone's too busy thinking about themselves to
My
care
mom used to say that.
to care about what you're doing and what you're, you know, how you're dressed and what you watch on TV. And it's like, if they have a problem with any of that with you, then they're the ones with the problem, because like, why do you care, right? Nobody cares. And so the advice I'd give to my 18-year-old self is, hey man, just so you know, nobody cares. Live your life, be true to who you are, because no one is thinking about you more than they're thinking about themselves. So that's my,
I like that.
that's the same answer for both. for
I
me.
love that because I think for me, with the advice I would give to myself when I'm 18, something similar to yours, I would say just do it. You know,
Yeah.
there were so many times back then that I've thought about doing something, but I end up not doing it, and I kind of regret it. And like, for example, with my music, I'm not like the greatest singer, but I found a passion of writing, you know, songs. And so I actually thought about that back then, or maybe senior year, graduation, and then like going into adulthood, because I love karaoke. That was like my go-to thing ever since I was a kid.
I do have a
And-
question that's what's your karaoke song?
So I just wish that I could have done it back then, so I could have developed more songs throughout these past years. But you know what? It passes the past. It's done with. I finally managed to do it in 2021, and so I'm grateful for
But-
that. And
but these
without
are-
a care of what other people think. So.
And also, these are the things that make us human, right? Because
Yes.
it's not even so much caring what people think. You're just scared of failing.
Exactly,
Right.
that too.
Yeah, right.
That too. So I'm glad I was able to finally push myself.
Okay.
I would say that one of the phrases that I like to live by is to ring the bell. And that could mean a whole lot of different things to different people. if you're in college and you get too drunk the night before, it's like ring the bell and get up and do the next thing. Or if you're at a work event and you drink too much, like get up and go to the next meeting. But also I think it's also like if you get like knocked down, like you got to ring that bell and get right back up because the resiliency and having that grit. There's that Angela Duckworth whole book about grit and how that really helps people thrive and be good people and all of that. But I think that also goes with like nobody cares is like, yeah, ring the bell. Like who cares what you did? Who cares if you failed? Like just get back out there and do it again and do it better because you've learned and have better experiences and can improve on yourself every time you try something again.
Absolutely.
For me, I would tell my 18-year-old self, you definitely have to do what you're afraid to do.
Oh, there you go. Embrace the fear. Yeah.
Yeah, because, sometimes you have to just
embrace the unknown.
Be uncomfortable.
Be uncomfortable.
With that uncomfortability.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what might be the outcome of it,
Yeah.
Because when you overthink, I just feel like, don't be afraid, just do it. And if you overthink it, that's where I feel like things might go wrong. But when you just do something you're afraid to do, you don't know what the outcome of it or the people you might meet. And, just like the other lady said it, you just go ahead and do it, and then it's like have that mentality, whatever happens, happens, like I feel like when you're younger, maybe you're a little bit more confident depending on the generation because, we come from now like from iPad kids or like TikTok and all of that crazy stuff. So I feel like there is a lot of comparison now, but I feel like as I got older, I compare myself more now than I was when I was younger because we didn't grow up with all of the social media. But I would say just do what you're afraid to do because then that's when your dreams might actually come true.
Yeah. Yes. Get out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
I mean, I feel like mine is similar to all of what you guys are saying too. So I would say just always pursue your first choice. First choice life, first choice everything. Like don't compromise, don't be afraid. Ultimately, you're meant for that first choice. I'm still struggling with this myself. Like, I always fall into the pit of, like, this is more realistic. Like, this is the more realistic option. But really, like, we're all individual. We're all unique. We're all unrealistic because of the way of who we are individually, right? So whatever is realistic is actually, like, unrealistic to you is probably realistic to you specifically. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, just don't be afraid, don't compromise, pursue the first choice all the time, like your ideal situation, ideal version of yourself. Live your best life.
Yes, live your best life. I love it. Well, that's a great way to wrap up this episode. The wisdom of 5 people who've experienced life, right? That's a positive way to go into the rest of our day.
We're ready for round 2.
Ready for round 2.
Ready for our cocktails, our libations. We're thirsty.
Oh, wait a second. I forgot to hit record. I'm just kidding. Thank you, ladies, for coming to the Desert Oasis room. I know some people came from hundreds of miles.
Yes.
So thank you. Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure.
And I have open door policy for all of you ladies if you ever want to come back. Not for a podcast, just to hang out.
Get those amazing lines.
Well, if you do some holiday Christmas party, we'll definitely be here.
Oh, yeah.
I will send you.
Eggnog got some extra nog
I will
in.
send you all. So I will send you. I have a Patreon, and so that's a good way to plug the Patreon. If you guys want to help support the show, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/PolynesianPop. I do an annual holiday party on Black Friday.
Ooh,
So that will be this coming Friday. So I'm going to send you the information for that.
Perfect.
And I'd love to see you there. We have, we're going to have the Martini Kings playing.
Ooh, I love martini.
We're going to have Mike Wick, the
dirty.
We hired Mike Wick, the bartender from Tiki Co, making us cocktails.
Oh, cool.
And they're not pre-batch, they're made to order. So, and then we're going to have raffles and prizes and all kinds of stuff. So I'll send all of you the information for that, and I hope to see you there. Yeah. And until the next time, follow us we have a YouTube. If you guys want to follow our adventures, youtube.com/PolynesianPop. And I hope to see all of you, any of you, if you see me at an event or you see me out on the street or whatever, come say hi. I won't bite. I love meeting people. And
So nice.
thank you again. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Appreciate this.
It's been great.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers and aloha.
Thank you.